It's Monday night. It's Joe time. Welcome to the Stereo Joe Show. I'm your host, Jimmy James. We have another kick-ass episode for you tonight. But first, I want to thank all my awesome co-hosts. I want to thank Nick the Viking. I love you so much, man. Thank you for all the hard work. Remy Gale, you're just a one of a kind. What would we do without you? So happy you're on the show. And our newest host, we have Alyssa Mattia, who's going to be doing reviews with us, and we're going to be bringing her in more and more. Really excited. But let's get into tonight's show. We have a lot of awesome guests. We are really bringing it. Remy's and Nick are really kicking it into high gear. First up, we got Connor Campbell. He is a singer-songwriter out of New York. He's going to be performing, and we're going to be hearing all about what he's been up to. Can't wait to talk to him. He's coming up first. Second, we got multi-instrumentalist Steve Werner. I think he plays pretty much every instrument in the sun, but today he's going to be doing a performance on the handpan. If you don't know what that is, stick around because it is super cool, really unique instrument. Only a 20-year-old instrument, was developed in 2001. You're going to definitely want to hear that. Stick around for that. Then, of course, we got our good friend Jaycie Cuprill back. We love her. She's awesome. She's tearing it up in Virginia, PA. She's going all over, doing a lot of music. So we're going to be talking with her and hearing some music. And we have composer, film score, Dave Welsch coming on the show. This guy is an awesome musician, doing a lot of really cool film scores. We're going to be playing one today. I think you're going to recognize someone that's in the movie too. So super excited about that. So you're not going to want to stick around. And then we're also having Dylan DeBiase on the show. He is a bass player, singer, and guitarist. He's going to be singing and playing a little guitar tonight for us. Really tender stuff. I think you're going to like it a lot. And, of course, at the end, we're going to be doing a nice big group conversation with everybody. Totally stoked about that. So, anyway, stick around, guys. We're going to go to our first song. Nick's going to get it playing, and I'll be right back.
1, 2. Compare thee to a summer's day. I think that's how I wrote the line. Something buds in May. Oh, Miss Houston, can you tell me what this means? Here she comes, I'll sound a fool, to be or not to be. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways. I will know the greatness you have known. I won't spend my summer nights alone. When do I count the clock that tells me the time? Summer's coming fast, and I still don't know the rhyme. Pretty sure she doesn't know that I exist, but the words all sound so perfect when they're coming off her lips. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways, and I will know the greatness you have known, and I won't spend my summer nights alone. When distressed with fortune and men's eyes, I think I might be getting this, but what about the guys? Drinking beer all night and I'm singing like a lark. They would never understand, I'll have to keep them in the dark. So please, Mr. Shakespeare, please teach me your gentleman-like ways, and I will know the greatness you have known, and I won't spend my summer nights alone. A glorious morning have I seen. I must have said something right. You're waking next to me. This poetry's confusing when it's at its best, but now you know my story.
All right, that was Regina Sales. awesome song there. Really cool, actually. All right, let's get Nick the Viking on the show. He's got to tell us about his sexy beard.
How's it going? Yeah, I'm excited to be here. There's a lot of amazing artists tonight, and you heard one of them who was someone I actually met through my job. I had interviewed her when she was doing the series of kid shows that we had at the Sherman Showcase. It was a really cool thing that she was doing.
Guys, hit up Nick for a job, baby. He's giving them out like candy. I'm just kidding.
Post my number in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put it in there.
People ask me all the time, how's the beard get so thick? How's it stay so nice? And I tell them it doesn't have to be a struggle if you also partner with the beard struggle. They have products for beards of all sizes. And if you think that, you don't have the money for it or it might break your bank, don't worry, because we've got you covered. If you use the checkout code StereoJO when you're purchasing, not only will they give you 10% off your order, if you spend $40 or more, they'll ship it to you anywhere for free in the US. And it makes a great gift for anybody, whether it's their birthday or you have any holidays coming up. Speaking of birthdays, we do want to give a shout out to a few people celebrating birthdays, like Aaron Salazar of Third Eye Blind, Whitney Houston, Amanda McBroom, and rapper Curtis Blow. Happy birthday to all of you, and thank you for all the contributions in music.
Hey, man, serious question. Will you always love me like Whitney loved Bobby?
And yes, I will.
Graham, what'd you think of that?
I thought that was beautiful. Nick started out perfectly with that and. It was just, totally in key. It was great.
All right, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do musical song. We're each going to sing one word and then go to the next person. So I will start with I, Nick will go will, Remy will go always. And then we're going to go down the line. Are you ready? We're going to do Whitney right now. Ready, set, not.
I was like, good. I don't know the lyrics, so that'll be entertaining.
No, Remy, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Remy, we are jealous. I heard you were on hold for like 18 hours today. I am so jealous. I wanted one of those calls, but we're going to hear about it all later on. Well, if not, just online. But anyway, we're not going to hear about it. But I got to go because we got a guest coming up, Mr. Connor Campbell, and he's going to sing, and you're going to love it. And if you don't like it, I'm going to come find you wherever you are.
All right.
Guys, did something lay off the crack today? No, I'm on it. That's why I'm so pumped. Pumped for this show, people. All right, guys, get out of here. I'll talk to you soon.
See you later.
All right, guys, if you're just tuning in now, this is the Stereo Joe Show. I'm watching a classic movie in the background. If you know what this is, please put it in the comments. If you don't, you're probably young. But all right, let's go to our first guest. This dude's a great guy. I was talking to him before the show. Anyway, he's a singer-songwriter. He's from New York. His name's Connor Campbell. Let's welcome him on the show. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jimmy, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Great seeing you. Long time no see, huh? It's been at least an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the time gone?
I'll tell you what, I've been getting ready. I've been freaking out, man. No, but dude, so excited to have you on the show. I had a little preview of your song before, and I can't wait to get to that. But before we do, tell us a little bit about your music.
I've been playing guitar since I was 18, so 34 now, so 16 years, I guess, give or take, if the math checks out for me there. And been playing out and performing for probably 4 or 5 years now.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what has been like the most favorite thing you've done so far? Maybe like out there on the road so far, like any great show that you remember or a great performance?
So I think my favorite thing I've been most stoked about is I played a TEDx talk at a local community college around here. So the theme was the creative process. So I did a couple songs and talked about that and basically tried to remove all the pomp and circumstance around it and just be brutally honest and tell the people that my creative process is usually just sitting in front of my computer in my underwear trying to look up rhymes on the internet.
I love it, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's awesome. So, all right. And what got you into music?
What kind of music am I into?
Or no, like what got you into performing?
Oh, what got me into it?
I want to pick up the guitar.
Like I said, I picked it up when I was 18, going to college. So just wanted to, just start something new. My older brother played guitar for the longest time. So probably a little, little brother copycat syndrome there. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt like picking it up. I was never really super musically inclined as a kid, but just figured I'd try it out and ended up falling in love with it.
Now, was he a good older brother and let you use his gear, or was he like, don't touch it?
Yeah, he would let me use his acoustic guitar, which, I mean, it wasn't the most fancy of equipment. I wasn't able to touch his Telecaster till a couple years under my belt, but yeah, he was very supportive.
That's awesome. He wanted you to work up to – now, so you got 2 electrics hanging up in the back there. Are one of those your babies, or –
So they're kind of mostly for show. This one over here is completely busted. It doesn't even work, but I don't know, it's got a cool rainbow look to it. And the other one, my buddy gave to me, in college, and it's nothing special, but it works. It's fun to play.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. And what do you write your songs about?
What most songs are about, either falling in love or falling out of love,
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I know. Music is such a personal thing, and so that's great. So, all right. Well, you got any favorite artists that just love to listen to, or someone new that's on your playlist that you're like everyone should check out?
Sure. Not necessarily new. He's probably pretty famous, but I've been really into Marcus King recently. Love his stuff. Really good blues rock, Americana singer. Sick on guitar. Just absolutely shreds.
That's how you know you get me. And I'm like, oh, on guitar? Okay, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of guitar, I know you got that guitar there. If you want, hit the echo cancellation, and then let's get to your song.
Sure.
And if you want, tell us a little bit about it too.
All right. Yep. So one I'm going to play is called Hitching Girl. That's hitching with an H, not with an I at the beginning, It's basically about finding love on the road and how it goes from there. And just traveling with someone new, going to new places, and then, the story of something like that. It goes like this. Let me tell you about my hitching girl. Spent a whole life roaming round the world, and she would sing country roads, take me home till her throat was sore. Just don't know where home is anymore. Oh, let me tell you about my hitching girl. She kept me company for quite a spell. Had her bare feet out the window, seen from Chicago to Nashville. And I knew I had to keep moving if I wanted to hang, 'cause she couldn't sit still. Well, let me tell you about my hitching girl. She took care of me when things were to twist and twirl. She got behind the wheel when I was coming down from a night on the cane. She told me stories all the way to Seattle. We made love in the rain. Well, let me tell you about my hitching girl. Had to take a chance, tell her how I felt. Well, she just smiled and kissed my cheek in the California sun. I woke up to a note the next day. It said, sorry babe, I had to move along. So let me tell you about my hitching girl. Spent a whole life roaming round the world, and she would sing country roads, take me home till her throat was sore. Let me tell you about my hitching girl. Ooh, let me tell you about her, my hitching girl. Thanks.
Boy, woo! Hell yeah!
Thank you.
Oh, and if you don't mind, yeah, you know what to do. Dude, that was sick, bro. And if you could read all those comments, people were absolutely loving it. But I just want you to know I liked it more than all them.
All right. As long as you liked it, that's all I was going for, man.
No, yeah, forget them, man. Just, no, dude, you rocked it. And, dude,
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I'm going to put some on the screen. Okay, that was fire. You're getting this. You're getting that. That note. Those vocals. So everyone loved it. Guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let me bring Nick in. Nick, I know you were thinking that all the time. You were thinking the itching girl, that girl you met about a month ago. I know what's going on there. But anyway.
Bad news and a story for a whole nother day. But Connor, that was incredible.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Your vocals were incredible. The raspiness, and then when you hit the high note too, I was blown away back. I wish you could have seen me swaying to it.
All right, that's the point, to get people moving around, right?
Absolutely. And I did a little bit of a dive on your social media, and I had seen that you had posted a video of Dave playing at a Blockbuster back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And have you ever seen any artists play somewhere before they blown up, or is there someone that you really wish you would have seen before they got famous?
Gosh, no, I don't think I've ever seen anyone underground before they got famous. I kind of love just searching for that stuff on the internet, though. I've seen a few videos of Chris Stapleton just performing at dive bars. Would have loved to seen him before he blew up and is just doing stadiums now. Just performing, like I said, a dive bar, a little, kind of cozy venues, more intimate like that. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And Dave as well, obviously. That's why I posted it. I thought that was an amazing video.
Did somebody say Dave?
Yeah, you got two Dave. You got two Dave fans. One right here, Remy, our co-host.
Perfect. Hell yeah.
That was great. I have a multiple question for you. It's
Sure.
two-parter. Firstly, at what age did you discover you had a passion for music? And is there a certain instance that made you realize it?
I was telling Jimmy before I picked up guitar when I was 18, and I pretty much fell in love with it. I've played it pretty much almost every day, I'd say, since I got it. But then I didn't really know I could sing until maybe about I was 26 or 27, did karaoke for the first time. And I just remember I did, what song was it? Oh, it was Stand By Me, Ben E. King's version.
Nice.
And yeah, after I got done, I think the DJ who was running was just like, holy crap, like literally said that into his mic that he had. And the crowd was very, very supportive. So I figured, that was very cool. I'd love to chase that dragon of the feeling of performance. So give it a shot,
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah, and while you were singing, I can hear like violin and other instruments in that song behind you as like a full composition. Are there any artists in your area that you really want to collaborate with or that you have your eye on right now?
Yeah, definitely. There's a ton of talented artists in the Syracuse music scene. A couple of my buddies, Ben Blue Juice and Anthony Saturno, are some of the best guitar players I've ever seen, professional or underground. As far as violin players, we got a bunch of great ones around here. Jess Novak, Liz Fidel. So yeah, there's no shortage of talent around the Syracuse area for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We play Stand By Me. So when we come out by you, dude, let's do that together.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
You sing because you got the voice. I just dance. So it'll be perfect. But, all right, I got a speed round for you. It's an either or, just pick. Perfect, easy going. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Beer or alcohol?
Alcohol.
Jazz or K-pop?
Ooh, been feeling K-pop recently for sure.
Wow.
Beatles or the Stones?
Beatles.
Guns N' Roses or Metallica?
I'm a Guns N' Roses guy. I love Slash.
I love you, bro. All right. Forget these two. What's your favorite Dave song?
My favorite Dave song. Let's see. I'd have to say, I got to say Crash. It's just a classic. One of the first songs I learned on a guitar, so gotta love it.
That is such a good song. And the album is insane, too. One of my
Yeah.
So that's great. Well, listen, sadly, we're at the end of our time, but real quick, where should everyone go to find you? What should they check out?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook. My music page is Connor Campbell Music, all one word. You can find me on Instagram. My handle's at BoomerC, all one word. And yeah, I got stuff on Spotify, just a little acoustic EP album called Thursday Sessions. So, yep, it's on Spotify and all the major streaming platforms.
Awesome. Well, everyone, go check Connor out. Connor, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we hope to get you back on soon.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much, guys. Everyone, go check out Connor Campbell. Connor, if you're still there and you can hear me, we're doing a group talk at 9:30. If you're around, come back. If you're busy, don't even sweat it. But if you're there, come back, bring some popcorn. It could be fun. But anyway, Jaycie said, Connor, that was awesome. And we got another guest that lives right up by you coming on the show later. But anyway, all right, guys, let's get to the next guest. I'm so sorry to do that to you, Connor, but we got to go to the next guy. But anyway, check out Connor. If you're just tuning in, this is the Stereo Joe Show. I took a lot of coffee before I came on. I am sorry, man. I am just crazy tonight. But let's go to our next guest. His name is Steve Werner. And right now, he's about to play a little handpan. Oh, my God. I really am crazy today. What's up, Steve?
Yeah, I just want to say real quick that Connor dude has an amazing voice.
Right? Real original sounding. That song, I got to hear it in sound check a little bit of it. I was like, this is it. I knew it was going to be good.
Very talented dude.
Well, dude, thank you for that. And I think he could hear you, so he probably saying thank you too. But dude, welcome, man. So, all right, we were talking a little bit before. I got a little bit of your background story. You do a little bit of everything. What's your favorite instrument to play?
That's tough. That's a hard question. Right now, I've been neglecting the drum set for about 6 years now, and I just bought a new one, and I got these really nice cymbals and everything, so I'm kind of geared up for that at the moment.
Yeah. So you were a drummer originally to start out with by nature.
Yeah, I started playing when I was about 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've been playing a little bit, and then you decided let me waste even more money and buy even cooler instruments.
Yep.
I know people don't know, man. Being a musician is
terrible. Terrible.
It's the worst. So all right. So and now you got that pan hand or hand pan. What do we call this again?
We'll call it a hand pan, but you can call it whatever you want. Most people call it a UFO or a garbage can lid or a wok.
I've heard the UFO or the wok, but I love it. So I got to hear you play that sucker before. We're in for a really cool treat coming up. But what have you been up to the past year and a half?
I've been going back to school. I went back to school for music therapy. I'm almost done. This instrument lends itself to a lot of that. So I decided to, go back and see what I could do with that.
That's so cool. And there's honestly so much research and science coming out. I've seen things where they cure cancer with sound. So it's really, really amazing. Has there been anything that you discovered or learned that you were like, wow, this is truly mind blowing? I never knew.
Just, I guess the overall theory is that music entrains with the body. So I've actually experienced when I was doing some work, we had to do it over Zoom because we couldn't do it in person because of COVID, but I would play for actual patients in the hospital, and their blood pressure would lower, their pulse rate would lower. I played for babies. The babies would instantly stop crying in the NICU. I couldn't, I didn't buy it 100% going into it, but now I'm convinced.
Yeah, you were like, this will be a cool major, but then after you literally saw it, you were like, wow. Yeah, music is really powerful. I don't think people realize quite how powerful it really is because, we're a vibration. I'm sure you've seen those cool tests with the water vibration and the words and froze it, and it's really cool, man. But all right, so you got all these crazy instruments. I'm gonna shut up and let you play real quick, but I'll be right back. Steve, you're the man. I'll be back.
All right, cool.
didn't know if I should come back. That was amazing, bro. Guys.
Thank you.
Wow. Bro, Nick. Yeah, if you don't mind. That's okay.
Oh,
you
shit. Sorry.
So Nick mentioned, he was like, dude, get headphones. But Nick, I'm bringing in Nick. I had something better, man. Well, that was great. Remy, am I going to Facebook jail or what today?
Most likely.
But in all seriousness, that was amazing. And if people didn't have headphones on, I recommend when this does go on replay to put headphones on because those vibrations and tones are amazing.
Thank you, Nick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was really awesome. I have a quick question for you, and this may be just me not knowing anything about the hand pan, but to me it looks like an inside-out steel drum.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, what is there? Well, there we go. Is there a difference, or do you prefer one or the other?
Oh, I never played the. I don't even think I've actually seen an actual steel pan in real life, to be honest with you. But this basically it's basically a steel pan with a lid on it. It has a lot more resonance, and it's the sustain. There's a lot more sustain, and it's more of like a relaxing sound. And the traditional Trinidadian steel drum is more like high pitched, like with that island music. It's more bright and upbeat, I'd say.
Cool. Thanks for that clarification. It was awesome. You were really awesome, dude.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah, and what's that other instrument in the back called?
Oh, this is a hammered dulcimer. I honestly don't know much about this instrument. I just bought it on a whim, and I've been trying to learn it. I got a long ways to go, but I'm starting to figure it out. I
think you're doing pretty damn well on it. I thought that was so cool. We had some seriously funny comments in there.
Bet.
One person, whatchamacallit? Let me see. I'm going back to it. But someone mentioned the Zelda game. And then they were like, you're going behind the waterfall to meet Zora or whatever to get the sword or whatever. I thought that was cool. And then someone mentioned it when you switch to here it is. Mateo mentioned belongs in a Zelda game, and Dylan said going to meet Zora's behind the waterfall. Dylan, I totally was just blown away by that. So, all right. So you're pretty cool, obviously. Where can people see you play this?
I started a Twitch channel a while ago. So I'm on Twitch under just my name, Steve Werner. I have Spotify, all the normal social media stuff. It's all Steve Werner. Yep, there it is.
Cool. Good. All right. And are you going to be in the studio anytime soon?
I'm not sure. I've been just concentrating on the school stuff recently. I do have 2 albums. One's a meditation album, and one's like a very experimental album.
Nice.
And speaking of that school, what is that workload like? Is it intense? If anyone's thinking of going into it, is it rewarding? Would you suggest it?
It's not terrible. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not that smart, and I'm pretty good.
So, I bet you're smart.
But you just have to want to help people. That's all. Like if you have the desire to help people, you'll do fine. And you like playing music, obviously.
That's
absolutely.
Really cool. Yeah, that's a cool field to be in too. And I hate to change the subject, but I need to ask a tough question. Of the over 5,000 sandwiches you've eaten, which is your favorite one?
Honestly, I'm pretty big on chicken salad sandwiches.
Yes.
Me too.
They're so good.
Have you ever had it with bacon?
I haven't, but that sounds delicious though.
You gotta try it, bro. With a little lettuce, a little bacon. Trust me, it's really good. I love chicken salad. You know what, Nick? We're going out, man. We're bringing chicken sandwiches.
I'm on my way.
Rem, you want to come?
Yeah, but I'm not getting it with bacon.
Okay, good point. Remy has a pet pig.
That's true.
Shoot, you know what? You don't want it with bacon. You want it with veal. All right, we're leaving the poor pig alone. Oh, geez. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Nick, Remy. I'm going to shut up. We got about a minute left.
Can you tell us a little bit about 1,000 Oceans?
That's my meditation album and project. It's called that. I wanted to separate myself in my normal music from the meditation music, so I called it 1,000 Oceans. And yeah, it's just my first meditation album. I'll probably do another one, but yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I think so too. It has a lot of good vibrations, like Tonight did.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And I was gonna say too, in the chat backstage, you could read it when you hop off. You'll see Connor was feeling you, so you were feeling Connor. Connor was feeling you. It'd be awesome if we could get a collab together one day or something. That would be pretty sick. But anyway, it's time for us to let you go. But everyone, go check out Steve. He's amazing, dude. That was so cool. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me on. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, brother. We'll
It's a
talk to you soon.
pleasure.
We're getting you on again.
Awesome.
All right, I'll see you later. All right, guys, you know what time it is? It's time for Alyssa. But that was Steve Werner, and he had some pretty killer tunes, actually. I'd be curious to hear that meditation album. That was really sick. But, all right, we got to get to music review time.
Wait, quick question. Did he say where we could find him? Is he on Spotify? Did he say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's under Steve Werner or Steve Werner Music.
Cool.
Bingo.
Thanks for
And we got it
clarifying.
right there if you want to check it out. But, okay, I'm going to the lady of the hour, Miss Alyssa Mattia. What's up?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so excited. This is our second episode with you. We're doing music reviews, and I can't wait. So let's get that started. I'll be right back.
All right. So, hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Mattia. I'm an intern at Indie Band Guru. We are an online music magazine, and we spread the word on independent artists. So last time we had the show, I did a review on Castiel, which is a band from Australia. Now this time I'm going to be doing one on Natasha Walia. She goes by Walia. She is a 19-year-old emerging artist. She's originally from California, but she's now based in New York, where she's a student at the New School. And she's also currently signed to Better Company, which is a record label in Brooklyn, New York. Now she has a new song out called Press Play. Very exciting because it's actually featured in a Netflix short film called Silence of Friends, which I believe it's a socio-political kind of 15-minute thing. But her song is featured in the background, so that's fair. She is a queer person of color artist, and her goal is to be a role model for that community, as there is a lack of representation in the music industry for them. So her song Press Play is a very coming of age song. It's about first love and kind of putting on a show rather than emotional confrontation. So it's a lot easier to just put on that show and pretend everything's fine than it is to talk about your feelings, especially in a first relationship. So that's very much what the song is about. There, I have a quote from her here that says, "Throughout the song, I'm stifling my emotions to protect the feelings of loved ones while speaking to the fear of losing a partner and the impact this has on communication and honesty," which I totally agree with. As I said, it's a lot easier to just put on a show than it is to share your emotions. But when you do that, you're, lying and just not being truthful, which you really should be. So she has over 250,000 Spotify streams and an upcoming EP in the works. So I think she's definitely someone to keep an eye on. She's been singing since she was 9. She's also dabbled in music production in high school. So just a lot of talent there. The review that I just spoke about is up on Indie Band Guru's website. It just went live this morning, and it's my 26th review. So the higher we get, the more fun it is. And that is what I have for your music review this week.
I love it. I thought that was so great. You're really doing a phenomenal job. And it's funny because Nick asked one of the artists earlier, was there any artist that you got to see before they made it big? And the odds are, if you keep doing these reviews, you are definitely going to find one of these artists before they break out. And then you're going to be like, I knew you when I wrote your review. So that is really cool and exciting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've discovered a lot of people through these reviews.
And next week, if you're down, I'm going to pull you in for one of the guests, and we're going to get you on the show a little bit more every week if you're down. I can't wait. So you're doing so great. I'm so excited you're on the team, and thank you so much. And we're going to be talking later. So if you want to come on the group chat, I would love it. If you're busy, though.
Yes, I will definitely be here.
Yeah! Okay, I hope they don't freeze frame that shot. Oh, God. All right, we're coming back with Alyssa Mattia. She'll be back at 9:30. We'll see you in a little bit. You're the best. Bye. All right, guys and girls, if you're just tuning in right now, this is the Stereo Joe Show. I am your host, Johnny Jonerson, and it's an absolute pleasure to talk to you right now. We have a lot of awesome guests coming up still. In fact, right now, we're actually going to go to one of my favorite guests that we've had on the show before. She's an amazing little artist. She performs in multiple states. She sings. She plays guitar. You're going to love her. Please welcome to the show, Jaycie.
You had a lot of goddamn caffeine before today, didn't you?
You know what? I've been really good lately, and that means I have excess energy. I'll reveal off screen what that means, but I've been like natural, baby, and I'm like, So how are you? What's new?
I'm good. I've just been busy as all hell. Like it's been awesome. I've been busy as all hell, but it's been great.
Well, I've been seeing you've been taking Richmond by storm.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of got down here and I spent obviously a little bit of time getting all of this together. And after that, I miss doing music every night of the week. So I just did what I did up north. I started doing the open mics. I started going to other shows, and it just worked out. I met the right people and I've been lucky enough to be playing pretty consistently.
It's really exciting. I feel like I'm seeing you go live all the time at a different place. I'm like so excited for you. And you seem so happy doing it. So I'm really excited about that. Now, you were telling me a little bit. I thought this was really interesting. That's why I'm bringing it up, because maybe the fans didn't know this either. But you were saying and it makes sense as soon as you said it, but the music scenes are a little bit different. In Pennsylvania, you have more of a metal scene, more of a punk scene. And down in Virginia, it's a little bit more country and a little bit more folk. So you've been going back and forth between worlds. Sometimes you're playing up in PA with Michaela, doing the Bandana Brothers, and then sometimes you're playing with the folk bands now. How is that switching out of all those gears?
Well, I see it's been a little bit of switching gears, but it's also been a little bit of I guess in a weird sense of me forcing me on other people. Because like I said, up north, there was a big metal scene, especially I played there was a place actually in Scranton that I played in, big metal bar. My band and me were not metal. We were more of a jam band, classic rock feel. I've always played an acoustic singer-songwriter type background. So I kind of worked that style into whatever atmosphere I was in. I come down here, like I said, I just got together and jammed out with these guys from the Garden Variety String Band. Very bluegrass. They play with one condenser mic and 4 or 5 of them with a washboard and fiddle, and it's really, really cool, back country music. But I sat down and played with them, and I was playing what I play, but we were just able to whatever the word, collaborate and kind of mix the style. So it's been I haven't really been necessarily conforming as much as it's just been kind of a blending of style. So it's been a lot of fun in that aspect.
I love it. I know. And I could see you fitting in with both. So that's cool. And I'll tell you what, I love, because I'm not a metal guy either, I love playing the metal shows because you really stand out. It's like the metal bands are not that they're the same, but you're in the same area. And then also when you have something else come on, it really just stands out. And if you do it well, I've noticed that people always have appreciated it. Never been you're not metal enough. They always seem to like it.
Oh yeah, and I think it's a bad preconceived notion that a lot of metal fans are given, is that they're these rough and tough people. They like metal and nothing else. And most of the time, diehard metal fans are just as open to any other type of music. Obviously, we all have our preferences, but they're usually just as open as anybody else. If not, there's so much energy with that level of music. And that's something that I can relate to. Obviously, it's not necessarily the genre I fall into, but I can't stand still. I jump around, I play, I beat the hell out of my acoustic. So on that level, there's a lot that we can kind of find middle ground on.
Exactly. The energy alone. Now, you know what I can't figure out about metal? How to do the chugs. I'm an okay guitar player, but I can't do this. I'm like, what? How do you do it?
Listen, I've seen you play and I can't figure out how you do. So for you to say that about somebody else, I'm I can't even fathom it.
You're so nice.
You and your band are amazing. The fact that you guys have this show and invite us, little people on is I appreciate it.
Oh, you're so nice. Nick must have paid you to say that, and he's that's why he's so good. I love Nick.
Not $200, but he told me that you'd pay me.
Yeah. Oh shit! I knew you would do that. Yeah, that's it. Oh shoot! All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna have to send you a check in the mail. It'll cash though. You gotta wait till the 1st though.
Awesome.
Oh, Nick even put check in the mail. He knows me. All right. Well,
awesome.
You sent Nick a song. Oh, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So I don't know which one he's gonna play, so I sent him 2. So it could be either one. They're both original songs. If it's the first one that I sent him, it was a live recording done by a friend, Andrew Williams, at one of the local mics here. This incredibly talented guitarist, Harry, played lead. It's a new song I wrote called One of Those Nights. Kind of an upbeat, kind of fun song. And if he plays the other one, we don't know yet, is a song that was called The Heist. It was a song, as weird as this sounds, I wrote a song about a guitarist playing a gig, but the way I describe it is like a 1930s, like old Western bank robber. So I have no idea which one he's going to play. Good luck with whatever he does.
All right. I'm excited. This is exciting. The mystery continues. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. All right, let's get it going. We'll be right back.
Damn right, it's one of those nights.
bad. It's my new song called One of Those Nights.
Woo! We are having one of those nights right now. We are going to be joined by Jaycie.
So yeah, that was a new one called One of Those Nights, and I noticed in the comments you couldn't really hear what I was saying, but the funny backstory about that whole song, it was one of those songs. The riff came first, and I just wanted to write a song about people hooking up. So the whole, like, every verse is a different little story about random people just having one of those nights. So.
That's so cool. And I know you have that really cool guitarist to play with you, but if you ever record it and you want a different cool guitarist or a second cool guitarist, I know one.
I was gonna say I have a feeling you do. I have a feeling you do. But like I said, it was an awesome experience. Harry has been playing in this area forever, and it was a bit of an honor to get to play with him within this short, like, getting to know each other. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're a newbie down there, and you're already rubbing elbows with all the important people. That's exciting. Well,
it was, like I said, it was awesome. He is, I forget the bands he's toured with, but he's toured up and down the East Coast for years, and it was a bit of an honor.
That is really cool. I brought my friend Remy. You haven't met Remy yet, right?
Yes, we have
met Remy a couple times. Come on.
Jesus. That was really great, man. That was awesome.
Thank
really
you.
Cool. Really cool. Where do you get a lot of your inspiration from?
So it's funny you mentioned that, because originally a lot of my songs were kind of spur of the moment type things, where it was literally, I used to call them the moments of genius. Somebody would walk in, I'd turn into like an angry Wolverine, backed into a corner, be like, get out, I'm dealing with music right now, get out. And I think it's part and parcel of, like, everything that's changed over the last, like, year or two with the big move and everything else that's been going on. A lot of the songwriting has been a little bit more conscious. Like, it's when I do sit down and I want to write, like, I find a topic that I actually do want to explore, and I go with that instead of just saying, well, whatever the pen wants to say. I have a song that I wrote a long time ago that was called Devil with a Halo. That was literally exactly that. The song was nothing more than me describing all of the things I like to write with. And as of lately, it's become more of like, okay, this is the topic that I'm kind of feeling right now. Let me explore that and see if I can build something around it. So it's become a little bit more of a conscious process.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I noticed when you perform, especially with the Bandana Brothers, you have a lot of energy when you're moving around on stage. Do you have any influences that influence your stage presence?
Honestly, I can't say. It's like what boils down for how I am on stage is, and I've told this to hundreds of people that I've met through shows and everything else, which is, I can do this at my apartment to a blank wall. I do it all the time. I'm surprised my roommate hasn't kicked me out because of it. But to get to play for a crowd and just see somebody tap their feet or nod their head or get up and dance, like, the fact that my music, especially the original songs, if I can make somebody else react in a positive way and have a good effect on somebody's emotion and outlook and all that, like, it's this weird symbiotic relationship that makes me happier. So I dance around more. They see that I'm having a physical reaction to it. They get more into it. I see it. I get more into it. It's just this cycle of just me being ridiculously happy and energetic.
Oh, I love it.
That's great.
Well, I think I can honestly say I love it more than them.
Of course you do.
He'll fight you over it, Jimmy. You know where you live.
We're doing the battle round later. 9:30, folks. It's getting heavy. Exactly. I can't even do the hand. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, listen, we're getting towards that time where we have to let you go, unfortunately. But you're going to come back, hopefully. Get some homework done,
Yes.
or whatever. And then, we're real quick. Where should everyone go find you? What's your next show?
The easiest way to find me is Facebook is Jaycie Cuprill Music. Instagram is Jaycie Music. My name is spelled as it is on the screen, Jaycie. And my next two shows, if we have anybody watching in the VA area, I am playing this Friday at Elwood Thompson, and Saturday I'll be at River Rock. So got a couple things coming up.
Very cool. All right. Well, listen, it was a pleasure to talk to you again, as always. Thank you so much for coming on. You're always so much fun, and you just got a great personality. So we're going to get you back again. Tomorrow? Perfect.
Awesome. Sounds good. I'll see you there.
One of the next shows for sure. All right. See you later. Thanks so much. That's Jaycie Cuprill. Go check her out. Gonna love her. She's got a lot of great songs. That was one of these nights. Really great job. All right. Nick, I'm bidding farewell to you. So we love you, but we'll see you later. Rem, we got another guest coming up. It's one of your boys. Give us the lowdown.
Dave Welsch. I don't even know where do I start about Dave Welsch. No, Dave is a great musician. He plays trumpet, bass, and he's recently gotten into doing movie scoring. And I think he's going to talk about that mostly tonight. And as you said before, he's going to play a clip. And I'm curious to see who this person we're going to recognize in the movie is. So
very cool.
That's
I'm
very cool.
excited. So, all right. Well, let's welcome Dave to the show.
Yeah, I'm wondering who you're going to recognize too. I have no idea.
Hey.
Hey, Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, I got to ask first, is Jaycie from Scranton?
You know what? Let's see. Jaycie, I'm going to pop you in real quick.
Okay. No, I'm actually not from Scranton. I've played there a couple times, but I'm actually more towards the Stroudsburg area.
Oh, okay. Because Scranton is a good place to be from.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I'm from Scranton.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you a little bit. And the cool part is Jaycee's going to be around later. So that's what I love about this show. We go all talk and hang out. But Dave, when I was talking to you before, I was just blown away, man. You got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Well, I've been very, very lucky. I've been very, very lucky over the years. I'm in my 52nd year, I think, of doing this music thing. I was very, very lucky to have started playing in front of people when I was 8 years old in Scranton. But and then it's just meeting people and playing and just having fun and seeing what comes down the road. Reading the road signs and just following what comes along.
Absolutely. And Rem, I'm going to let you take the lead on this. I'm just here to hang out and learn.
Thanks. It's a long time no see, Dave. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm interested what you're going to tell us about today.
What do you want to know?
I want to know all about it, the movie scoring business, man.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been fun and it's something I've only gotten into in the last couple of years, although I've always been interested in it. I've always had movie scores in my record library. And I was teaching a class at Victor Wooten Center for Music and Nature, was teaching a class in the emotion of music in motion pictures. And after a couple of years of teaching the class, I thought, this is really stupid. Why am I not writing? Why am I not just doing it? So I started doing it just for fun. And then, as often happens, the phone starts ringing and people email you and you start hearing from this one and this one and this one. And pretty soon you're doing a couple little independent films. I don't think you'll see me doing the next Star Wars, but,
you never know. Aim high.
But I'm just having a lot of fun doing these little independent films. I've been very, very fortunate. Just finished one a couple months ago called Under the Mercy, which is a small independent film from Syracuse that's going around to the festivals now, and then will be released. It's out on DVD, but then will be general release after that. There's a series that a friend of mine does on Vimeo about a secret agent type guy named Trent Lockwood. And he's kind of a combination of James Bond, Indiana Jones, and Mr. Bean.
Love Mr. Bean.
Yeah. I mean, he means well, but he kind of screws up every once in a while. So it's kind of funny. There's some slapstick stuff, and that's a lot of fun. And the last couple that I've done are done like old movie. So they're like the old serials that you go to the theater to see, in the 30s and 40s. And so it's got that real bad video quality to it. And the audio is kind of bad on purpose, but it's done with the score of full orchestra. So it was a lot of fun. So the third one of those is in production right now. And then the biggest thing I just finished was Victor Wooten wrote a follow-up to his book, The Music Lesson, called The Spirit of Music, The Lesson Continues, which he also released as an audiobook. And I was very, very fortunate to compose a lot of the music for that. and then also to do all the mixing and the remixing and editing for that. So that's available right now on Audible. But you can go to Vic's website and hear more about that. But that was really fun, and different.
And
a lot.
I never even thought about mixing like a spoken word type thing. So you have the vocals and then the music underneath.
Yeah, it's interesting, and he did this with his the music lesson audiobook a few years ago, and it at the time I believe it was probably the only one or one of the first ones to be produced that way. It's in full stereo. All the characters in the book are read by the characters that they're based on. So, for instance, there's a character named Uncle Clyde, and that is the legendary Chuck Rainey, bass player, reads that part. Vic's mom read some of the things in the first book before she passed, and so there's a whole bunch of different people. So and there's a full score. So it's really different. Yeah, really different.
Dave, sorry.
No, go ahead.
What's the process? Like, do you watch the movie first and then like get ideas? Like, how does that work?
Yes and no. It depends. Like, for instance, I'm working on a film now called The Sentinel, which is from the same director that did Under the Mercy. You can see over my shoulder. Where is it?
Other side. There you go.
Always happens to me.
It's like the same director, a different director, same producer. Anyway, it's about a sniper that comes home from Afghanistan with PTSD, kind of like some other movies that we know of. But it's a different story, and that is just in production, just started shooting. But I've been writing for it now for the last 2 months, and just based on the script. And I haven't been to the set yet. I'm visiting the set next week, I think. But then, when I can start seeing some picture, I will. But in the meantime, what I very often do is I write in like a journal or a diary form where I'll just write something every day. And I don't go back. I just constantly move forward and write something new and never judge it. Just write it and record it, put it down. And then go back and find if there's anything in there that, is usable. And some of it, ends up getting used in the final product. Some of it gets, cast off, and then I'll use it in something else. But it's nice to be able to see the film, but it doesn't always happen that way. Very often you start writing from the script.
Interesting.
So yeah, at least you have something to work with to build it off of. And I was wondering, that was literally the same exact question I was going to ask Remy. So it was perfect. So,
yeah,
okay, well,
the process, everything. The process is different for everybody and every project. But the last two projects that I've done for that guy, I've started writing from the script before anything was even shot.
That's so cool. All right, well, let's go to that clip. And if anyone recognizes the actor in the film, type his name. I don't know his name, but I could tell you exactly what show he's from. It was an awesome show if you were a fan of it. But let's give it a go, and then we'll be back right at the other side of it.
All right, we'll do it.
Approaching now. Stand by. Got it.
Verified. Enable semi-automatic control. Disable safety features. Maximum speed. Go. What's happening to him?
I think he's switching genres.
We need distance. Head south.
It's not a standard issue.
No. It's not. Point and shoot. Police ahead. Maintain speed. Sharp left. Now. Hold on. All right, I need you. Drop in, intersect, maximum speed. Arm charges down. Accelerate. 94%. More, 98%. Stop.
Why the f are we stopping?
Get down.
Wow, that looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
I have to what it is. That was a thing that Spitfire Audio did last year in conjunction with Westworld and HBO, and the copyright is clear, and that's available on my YouTube channel and a whole bunch of other ones. And it was actually from a contest.
I don't know what that was.
Rescore a scene from Westworld. And the interesting thing was I had never seen Westworld. I saw the movie, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, but I've never seen the show.
Wow, that's really cool. I thought it was really amazing the way the music went with it too. It really did liven it up big time.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the sync was a little off. I think it's an OBS thing, but yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome, dude.
It's mind blowing just that, because you hear all the different instruments going on and it's like, each one can evoke a different emotion. Do you have like a certain one that you go to if you're trying to like tug on their heartstrings or like you want to make it intense? Is there certain sounds that you just have that are your staple?
It's funny. Yeah, but no. Sometimes you can go to an instrument that you wouldn't expect would have a certain, effect. I try not to overuse cello too much because it's a very, reflective, could be a reflective, sad thing. And I love cello, and I have some really good cello samples and sounds, but you tend to overuse it sometimes. But yeah, there are definitely certain instruments that lend themselves, to certain moods, certain feelings. You can get into the whole big orchestral thing, with French horns and the whole Hans Zimmer Inception thing. We had like 12 French horns, 12 tubas.
Isn't that nuts?
It's crazy.
Yeah, all those. It's so cool.
It is fun. A lot of fun.
Do you take a regular instrument and then put a lot of effects on it sometimes? Like or do you like to modify it or modulate it or?
Well, most of what I do is all from libraries. It's all from
Okay.
libraries, Spitfire, a lot of Spitfire audio, and some other companies. So, and then sometimes I can, I'll record live instruments, usually myself. But I don't have access to a large studio down here, so I'm not going to get a 38-piece orchestra and 90-piece orchestra. So,
And to pay all them would cost too much.
And they want to fly me to Air Studios in London, happily. I'll happily do that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Well, I'm so sad because we're at the end of our time, and you're definitely a guest that we need to have on longer. The good news is we're going to have you come back in a little bit, and we're going to be doing a mini reunion. When I was just after I got off with you, I talked to Remy, and she mentioned that you, Dylan, and her were actually all on tour together. I just thought that was like the coolest thing. So we're definitely going to be doing a reunion with Dylan on the other side.
Sounds good.
Very cool. Well, Dave, such a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll be seeing you in a few.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
All
Nick.
right.
See you in a few.
Guys, Remy just has the coolest friends. Remy, this is why you're just so cool. And I'm like your least cool friend, so that sucks. But anyway, all right, I'm letting you two go. I love you guys. We got one more guest right now on the Stereo Joe Show, the internet talk show, baby. We're bringing you musicians and artists from all around the world. Right now, we're actually going back to New York. This has been a New York, Pennsylvania kind of night, but I love that. So, all right, next up, we got a bass player who's playing guitar tonight, and he's singing. You're really going to like his tune. It's very, I use the word tender. I hope that's okay, but it just like, I was like, oh, I felt it, man. But guys, with that said, Dylan loves that intro. Welcome to the show, Dylan DeBiase. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Nice to see you. Thanks for having me. It's good.
Hey, did I say that last name right?
Yeah, DeBiase, yeah.
DeBiase. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to practice that.
No, it's a tough one. A lot of people, it's chill.
What is that, Italian or French or what
It
is
is
that?
Italian. Yeah, my dad is born in Florence, so I have some heritage, some roots from there. My grandma still lives there. Yeah.
Florence. That's with that beautiful green and white church.
The Duomo is there.
Yeah, the Duomo.
Yeah.
That thing
the
is
Uffizi Museum. So yeah, some really historic buildings.
My brother's girlfriend, soon to be sister-in-law, hopefully, she stayed there and studied there for a year, and I've seen all the pics. It's beautiful. So you got good roots, man.
Yeah, man, it's nice to be able to get to go there. So it's cool.
I love that Mr. Chib shirt, but that's a conversation for later. Anyway, tell us a little bit about you.
So yeah, I'm down here in Brooklyn. I'm a singer-songwriter, also a bass player. I do a lot of gigging down here with a lot of different artists, mostly as a bassist. Started picking up the guitar more and more over the course of the last probably year or so, and started writing, and just finished a record that I'm putting out on September 10th, and I just put out a few singles from it. It's called Asleep in the Orchard, and so it's just coming out under my name. A couple of the singles are out, and I've just been working on that.
So wait, you only been fiddling with the guitar for like a little bit over a year?
Yeah, probably only. I mean, I always kind of fiddled around, but I think seriously songwriting on guitar probably only about a year or so. So.
Well, you're doing something right, because I mentioned to you before that little chord progression. It really got me right here. So I love what you're doing.
I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, well, I had a lot of musical experience before and a musical background, so it definitely helped in just getting to that place quickly. So, but yeah, thank you. It's nice. It's fun to write on guitar. It's been a cool, different challenge for me. So.
Yeah, it's so funny how similar they are, same four strings, but then it's beautiful. Even the acoustic and the electric guitar are two different instruments. So
100%.
It's really cool. But who are some of your inspirations?
On guitar, I would say recently I've been listening to a lot of Will Stratton. He's a songwriter. I think he lives in Beacon, New York, but I really, really love his music. I'm a huge fan of his. Recently, I mean, I'm definitely not at all like a big like jazz guitar player or anything like that, but I have been going down and checking out Mike Stern at the 55 bar, like whenever I get the chance, who just shreds uncontrollably like for 2 hours, and it's unbelievable. And then a few other songwriters, some friends of mine, honestly, down here in the area. But I also love some of the classics, big Neil Young fan. So a little bit of that, and then I think some of my music definitely like harkens back to a little bit of that like loving emo as a high schooler and just being into like Fall Out Boy and stuff like that. So,
They've been playing lately with Weezer.
Yeah, they have. They played at like
Day.
City Field. Yeah.
Dude, I wish I could go to that show. I'm a bunch of my friends there. I saw like on everyone's stories. I was like, damn it, I missed that show.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you're like, man, whenever that Third Eye Blind song comes on, like I lose myself. You know.
It's funny you said Neil Young too. I can hear a little bit of it in your music. So it's interesting you said that because I was like, oh, interesting. I do hear it.
That's such a nice compliment. Thank you.
Oh, really, bro? Really? We're about to hear some good stuff. I'm actually going to shut up and let you play those songs real quick, and then I'll be back. We're doing 2?
Yeah, sure. I can do 2. Yeah.
We're doing 10? Sure. Excellent. No, 2. Okay, I'll be back.
2's cool.
You're the best. All right.
This song is called Work of Art, and I just released it, so it can be found anywhere on Spotify under my name. All right. Hey, my friend, hold this memory close to your skin, see if it sinks in. Where do I begin to explain to you what I'm feeling? I think I know what this is. Maybe this time it didn't align. But I like the idea that I could keep this sweet hope alive. Call off the dogs, cut my heart piece by piece, burn it apart. I wanna watch this wander and bend around corners and take another turn, hold my hand again. I thought we met for a reason, I might have been wrong. It's a weird situation, I can't pinpoint it. Maybe this time it didn't align for you and I like the idea that I could keep this sweet hope alive. Call off the dogs, cut my heart piece by piece, burn it apart. Thank you. So yeah, that one's called Work of Art. It's up on my Spotify, and this next one is new. I'm gonna play it. It's called First Night. It's brand new. I'm gonna find a better life. It's the sunshine on the final day of school. Oh honey, make the first kiss last, and the rest might too. No one wants to admit mom and dad were right when they said time flies by. I wanna go back to that first night, before everybody knew. Something changed, yeah, rearranged in you. I wanna go back to that
first night. Turned 30 and I'm paralyzed. The new day pulls me every which way. I'm a fool for every shiny thing that's in my grasp and helps me forget about you and all the other things I couldn't make last. I wanna go back to that first night before everybody knew. Something changed, yeah, rearranged in you. I wanna go back to that first night when I was a kid without a clue, dreaming of a future with you. I wanna go back to that first night.
Thank you.
Yo, bro, I love that little Gilmore riff you do at the end where you sing and you dude, that was nice.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Jimmy.
And that first song, I had a Neil Young meets Dashboard Confessional.
I'll take it.
I was like, because really, it had that emotional feel, but it had that cool Neil Young chord progression. All right, I got to bring your friend on,
man.
Remy Gale.
Hey, Dylan.
What's up, Remy? Nice
What's up?
to see you.
Good to see you too, man. That was
Yeah.
really awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
I have a quick question for you. I don't know if you mentioned, but Dylan is probably one of the best solo bassists I've seen. Why did you make the switch? I mean, you're great at guitar too, don't get me wrong, but did you do mostly guitar on the new album? Did you do any solo bass on it?
Yeah, so the new album is 7 songs, and 3 of them are bass, and 4 of them are guitar with a full band. So there's like 2 solo bass songs on the record. One of them I just released. The title track, actually, Asleep in the Orchard, is a solo bass song, and then there's another song I released called Sometimes, which is a full band song, but with the underlying bass line is mine, and the kind of the basis for the song is the bass. And yeah, I wouldn't say I switched. I just kind of like been trying to just do some new things. I was, as you can see back here, I've been kind of drumming too during the pandemic. I was like at home, I was like, maybe I'll try to learn drums. So I've been doing that and just been kind of flipping it around a little bit, but I appreciate that compliment. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think too, just like trying to push myself as a musician in different ways and not get too comfortable. Yeah, so that's part of it.
That's awesome. You're great, as always.
Thank you.
And we were talking before too about the difference between the bass and the guitar. So it's like a whole new songwriting experience, getting to work with like, different chords and everything. So like you said, you're just kind of growing as an artist, which I love. So I just can't believe it. I'm talking to 2 really cool bass players. I got Remy and Dylan on the line here. This is so exciting. So wait, all right. So tell me the story when you 2 first met each other. Like,
we were volunteering at Wooten Woods, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's when we first met. That was several years ago at this point.
Yeah, a pretty long time ago. I think it's like 5, it's got to be 6 years. Yeah, 5, 6 years. Yeah, so it's pretty wild. But yeah, we were volunteering down there and just helping out, kind of just being around that. As Remy and Dave can certainly tell you, it's just such a nice kind of family down there and a great atmosphere. It's a wonderful place for anybody. I would recommend literally anybody, even if you don't play music, I would recommend that you go. It's just like amazing. So it was just cool. And we met there and we were both volunteering. So we were like doing like dishes and cleaning like up together and stuff and just had a bond and just good connection. We're both from the Northeast, which, as you know, it's just kind of a thing sometimes. And we sort of
especially when you're in Tennessee.
Yeah, seriously, right? So true. So yeah, we just hung and then we kept in touch ever since. And then we got to go on tour together with Dave also and with Victor, which was so dope.
That's so cool. I'm gonna wait 1 sec to talk about that, only because I want Dave to be here for that too.
For sure.
But in the meantime, I got to bring in the Viking because he was just like breaking shit in the backyard. Nick, the Viking on. Nick, don't hurt us, man. I'm sorry, dude. What's up?
No promises, but Dylan, it's a pleasure to meet you. Those songs were amazing.
Thank you, Nick. That means so much to me. Thank you.
I don't know if you listened to them, but the first song gave me a Spill Canvas vibe.
Okay, yeah, I know Spill Canvas. It's actually funny that you say that just because of the name connection, but people are always like compare my stuff to like Built to Spill or also American Football, if you know that band.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I get those a lot. I know Spill Canvas, but I know Built to Spill better, but I do know Spill Canvas. But thank you, man. That's such a nice compliment. Nice.
Oh, absolutely. And it's crazy that you've only been playing guitar for a short amount of time. Your songwriting is really, really fantastic.
Thank you.
I wondered how hard it is to write a solo bass song that's just bass and vocals, and what do you consider soft math?
That's such a cool question. Writing a song that's just bass and vocals. I feel like I should have maybe just played one of them, but it's cool. Yeah, it's not so difficult if you let the bass kind of come first. So usually I'll just take an idea that I have or a little progression that I have on bass. A lot of times I play a 6-string bass. Not all the time, I play 4 too, but I have this 6 that I work with. So there's a lot more options in terms of just like what you can do with your hands, how you can voice chords, and try to just make an interesting progression. Honestly, it's a lot like writing on guitar now when you have a 6-string or a bass that has a little bit more depth to it in terms of like what you can do tonally. I sort of just make a progression like I would, and then I would say that there's a little bit more like, I don't know, I did it a little bit on the guitar song, but I definitely lead my voice with my bass playing or like any riffs that I'm playing. I sort of like will put them together and either harmonize or kind of like almost double the melody on vocal, and I think that actually sometimes makes me sound better than I am.
No, it was good though. You just did it at the end of that last song, and I really liked it. I had a Jack Johnson vibe going on with it.
Yeah, I think that can be a really nice touch on a song, especially because it takes it out of just like slamming chords all the time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, sorry, that was a 2-part question. What was the second part?
And for those people that aren't familiar with your music, how would you describe soft math?
Soft math. So yeah, soft math is kind of like, I would say, a genre that's maybe come up more recently, where I'm sure maybe more people are familiar with like math rock, where it's just like a lot of like tapping and like crazy time signatures, which is totally cool. But I would say soft math is sort of like a little bit of a take on that, where you're kind of, it's a little slower, a little more like Jimmy said, tender maybe, and almost some of those compositions, I think, even though math rock bands, there are tons of them that I'm like so into. I don't feel like Terra Melos and stuff like that. Like I love those bands, but soft math is definitely a little more of a songwriting emphasized genre, I would say, whereas math rock is more like ripping or like shredding. And so it's kind of an in between math rock and like alternative rock is my take on it. So.
Very cool. All right, well, listen, I'm going to disappear real quick. I'm going to bring Dave on. I'm going to do like a 3-4 minute reunion with you guys, and I'm going to bring everybody back in, and we're going to have crazy time. But
can I just say really quickly, by the way, that Connor, you were amazing, and Steve, right? The Seal Pans was so cool. Dave, the composition was, I mean, everything. Alyssa, cool review. Jaycie, everybody was just like dope. So sorry, I didn't say that before, but everybody was
I love it. I love it. And you're going to be able to talk to them all in a minute, which is really cool. But let's bring in Dave, and then I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. And with everybody.
Killing the bed for anybody watching this right now.
Yeah, the hang. What's going on, Dave?
Hey, how are you, man? Sound great.
I'm good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice to see you. It's been a long time.
I know.
It's been a long time since we've seen anybody in person, right?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. So what have you been doing, Remy? What have you been up to?
Really not much. I mean, the pandemic, I guess, for everybody just like shut everything down. Jimmy and Nick were kind enough to bring me on board with this. So I've been doing this with them for a little while now, which is great. It's, a fun Monday night hang. Absolutely. And I get to see all my favorite folks.
Yeah.
So other than that, not too much, really. Unfortunately.
Dave, have you been doing virtual Vic Camp? Is that?
Yeah.
That's happening, right? Cool.
It starts tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
What's tomorrow? Oh, songwriting?
Songwriting, yeah, just in the evenings.
Oh, wow. I didn't get the call. What's up with that?
God, they dished you, Dylan. You got dissed, bro.
I have to call Victor, dude. What's up, man?
I'll talk to Holly about that.
And you just had the book club. How was the book club?
Book club was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
For those who are watching who don't know,
so
sorry, I just want to fill people in that don't know what the book club is. Victor Wooten wrote that new book, The Spirit of Music, and they did how many weeks? 5 weeks, Dave?
Well, it was supposed to be 5 weeks, but he added a 6th week.
Oh, you did the Q&A week?
Yeah.
I wanted to come to that, but I wasn't able to.
Very cool.
It was fun. And, different people popped in. We had Michael Cott, which was crazy, of course.
Oh, that's cool.
How was he whacked out?
Certifiably crazy.
Yeah.
And Stephen J. from
oh yeah,
Weird Al's band.
Yeah,
that's cool. About his rhythm thing.
Yeah, we had him on the show like last month.
Oh,
he was kind enough to come on the show. Yeah, he's a really interesting guy.
He is so interesting.
Yeah.
He's like, I could listen to that guy talk for so long. He's wild.
What's really cool too is that they're taking those notes and slowing them down or dropping them 7 octaves. And his son Ian, the drummer, can actually play them. So he can take a major chord and actually play the rhythm that is created when you take a major chord and take it down 7 octaves.
Right. And
cool.
The basis of that concept is just that if you drop it 7 octaves, notes become rhythm, right? Or they come right. That's
so then as you take different intervals and drop them down and put them together, you get polyrhythms.
Yeah. I remember when there was a talk about that and we were online in some camp or some forum, and it was like an hour-long talk, and I felt like it was like a year of my life. That I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like a Roy Wooten talk.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. No, super cool stuff, though. Really interesting.
Jimmy's back. We got to shut up. Jimmy's back.
No, I love it, guys. I know it's all about you. But I do want to get in some of the other guests. So let's get back in Connor. And we got Steve hanging. We got JC. And, of course, we got Alyssa. And who's that real handsome Viking guy? Oh, Nick. Let's get Nick on. oh, look at him posing. Right. I'm going to let you guys go around in the order you came on the show. So, Connor, I'm going to let you just talk for a second if you want to say hi to anybody. I know you guys were like talking in the chats a little bit. So I'm going to let Connor go first, and we'll go to Steve, then JC, Dave, Alyssa, Dave, Dylan.
No, yeah, sure. Yeah, everyone, all the performers are awesome. Yeah, I was here for the whole time. You guys all crushed it. It's funny, the Green Day Fall Out Boy Weezer concert was brought up recently. I was just there this past Thursday night at Fenway. I drove down there and caught it with my brother. And wow, what a show. That was amazing. Unfortunately, Fall Out Boy, one of their crew, I guess, got COVID, so it was just Green Day and Weezer that performed. But Weezer, Rivers Cuomo, like right before they did their encore, he did a solo cover of I forget the name of the song, but it's that More Than You Bargained For, Sugar I'm Going Down Swinging.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
And he did a solo acoustic cover of that, and it was just amazing. I loved it.
Oh, that's cool.
So
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. All right, and Steve, let's jump to you real quick. How you doing with that UFO?
Oh yeah, it's still here.
It didn't beat me off. Okay, good.
I got to say, I thought that thing looked like the Death Star at first.
It's a wild instrument. It looks crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. So Steve, what are you thinking of everybody? You've been watching backstage.
Oh, this was awesome. I didn't know what to expect. But it was great. Everybody was fantastic. I loved everybody's music. It was a really fun night.
I love it. And Nick has some questions to actually ask you guys. So we're actually going to have some good stuff to talk about. But I just want everyone to get a chance to say what's up. JC, let's go to you.
So this is actually perfect that I have both of these two next to me, because on one side, I wanted to tell Alyssa that I love the fact that she has sunflowers all throughout her room, because I have tons of sunflowers all throughout mine. And also, Steve, I had a question for you. Do you know anyone by the name of Sean Youngman?
I think I'm friends with that person on Facebook, but I don't think I know them.
Okay, because it was funny because when we were talking to me and Jimmy, when we were talking about who was on the show today, and he mentioned like hand pans, I was wondering, I was like, I know somebody who makes them, and he's out of the Philly area. And then of course I did the whole Facebook, like, searched on you, and I was like, he is friends with Sean, but I don't know if he actually knows him. So
I don't know
that was
also.
awesome. Like, you were incredible, dude.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Jaycie.
Very cool. And List, let's go to you.
Okay, so everybody was fantastic. Love it all. Going back on the sunflower thing, my 22nd birthday, I had a whole sunflower theme, everything. So I'm in love with them. But yes, everybody was fantastic. If anybody needs a music review, please hit me up. I'm always free. I would love to more than anything. So yeah.
And listen, if someone else has something to say in conjunction, jump in. Me, Nick, and Remy are going to be the least talkative because we want to hear you guys. But we will jump in. Remy, if you got something to say, you jump right in. We're really, and same goes with anybody else. If you love sunflowers and you're waiting all the way to get to, tell us you love sunflowers, damn it. All right, so Nick, let's go to that sexy beard, bro. What do you got for us?
Yeah,
no, you don't have to tell us about the beard. But
No. I was
thought
going
you
to
were
actually
do the beard
say,
promo.
before I go on to a question, I do want to say, Jaycie, you have strong hair game, and I had to prepare my extra to even stand a chance. Yes.
Yeah. I think I grilled you about your hair last time.
Yes, every time I've been on this show, this has been a topic.
Don't be shy, drop the products.
I literally don't. There's one thing. I use not Uncle Funky's daughter's curl magic. It's the only thing I use that I leave it the fuck alone. So like, other than that, I don't piss it off because I'm pretty sure it eats things like when I'm not looking.
Most likely.
Excellent. And Dylan, what say you up there in the top corner?
I have no hair, so it's I cut it all off.
And Dylan used to have long golden
I
locks.
used to have really long golden hair. Yeah, it just came time. It was itchy and all that stuff. Yeah, but it was good. I actually, Jimmy, I have to shout out. Do you know Mackenzie Greer?
Yeah.
I just got a message from Mackenzie Greer. She was like, Jimmy? Yeah, she dates one of my best friends, James Pirro. They've been dating for like 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I
Small
wish
world.
I had it. I used one of Mackenzie's photos for our first EP release.
Oh my gosh, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Small
so
world.
funny. Oh my God. I've known her for mad long too. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
No, but yeah, everybody was amazing. Honestly, you guys are all so talented. It was really, really cool. Just like getting to see artists that I don't know and hear different things. I love it down. I'll hit you up if I'm down in Richmond. I've toured through there a few times, Jaycie. I love it down there. Richmond's such a cool town.
I've loved it since moving down here. I moved down here in January, and it's been awesome since I got here.
It really is. Yeah. Congratulations on the move. That's so cool. Yeah.
Thanks.
And
Alyssa, I'm gonna hit you up for a review, probably, to be honest.
Do it.
No shame.
Italian pride. Come on.
and I messed up. Somehow I was going along the bottom, and I missed Dave. Dave, talk to us.
Checking my hair.
Dave, what products do you use, Dave? How do you get those long locks?
That game is strong.
What's left? Everybody was great. Thanks so much, Remy, for inviting me. It's so nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
Love being here. A lot of fun.
Guys, the reason we actually brought you all together is Nick and I just want to ask you all to join the band, guys. Come on, man. We got a whole
I'll do
band
it.
right here going on.
I can play the triangle.
I love it.
More cowbell.
Yeah, more cowbell.
The Stereo Joe Show band. All right, and last but not least, my favorite person, Remy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was great. I think I all told you individually while I was speaking with you. Dylan and Dave, it was always great to see you. Feels like a little mini Wooten Woods going on right now, so touches my heart a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, every one of you were fantastic. What'd you say, Dave?
Don't cry, Remy.
Don't tell my secrets to the world, Dave.
My favorite was when we were on the one thing and then Vic started saying that. I was like, oh my God, I started cracking up.
Oh yeah, we had Vic on. Did I tell you, Dave? Vic came on. He was so sweet. Yeah. That was one of those late nights. I think he spoke for like 2.5 hours.
Oh God, yeah.
He could have kept going, and we would have loved it.
Our boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was pure gold. And Dave, like you mentioned, Stephen J, who came on too, and I think Dylan, you said it too. Guys, check out those episodes. These two are some of like the smartest people I've ever met. Mind-blowing stories. It was really fun and interesting. All right, Nick's got the nitty-gritty. I'm gonna get my face off the screen just because it's ugly, and I want to have your guys' faces just a little bit bigger.
Okay, so today marks the anniversary of when Queen played their last show with Freddie Mercury, and I was wondering what you guys think is the best Queen song of all time. And to make things easier, I'm going to just go around in a circle, and Dylan, if you don't mind kicking us off, I'll start with you.
Queen. Honestly, I've been playing in this cover band recently, and I know it's like lame to say this, but we play Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's just such a ripper. Like, it's just an insane song. But yeah, Fat Bottom Girl's probably up there too.
Oh, nice. Yo, both of those are great, and there's no shame on choosing Bohemian Rhapsody because it's such an amazing composition.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Agreed. Remy, what would you say is your favorite?
Well, Dylan stole mine, but I guess if I had to go with the second one, I would, as cliche as this is, probably We Are the Champions.
Yeah. No, that one actually is a really great one, too.
I think it's
the
a great
guitar
song.
tones in that song are on another level.
Remy, that's actually your theme song. But you
Oh, and Mike reminded me, Queen is a great one, too, that I forgot that I like.
Yo, and feel free to jump in at any time, anybody.
Okay.
He jumps out.
Your answer.
Me?
Yes, sir.
You know, it's totally cliche, but just from a compositional standpoint, no question. No question.
Can't hear you, Dave.
What'd I do?
You disappeared.
There we go.
Totally cliche, but just purely on composition, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I love it. You can't argue against it. But let's see if we can. Connor.
I mean, I was gonna say "We Are the Champions" was my favorite too. I'd have to say my second favorite though is "Another One Bites the Dust."
Ooh, that's actually a really good one too.
That bass line, I can always just boogie down to it for sure. You know.
Yeah, and with other bass players here, I think they can all agree with that as well. That's a real solid one. Steve, how about you? Were you a Queen fan?
Oh, absolutely. Me and I have a duo, and we play like cover songs at bars, and we always do Fat Bottom Girls, and that always does well, and it's a fun song to play. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Nice. Yeah, that's a nice rocking one. JC, what do you think?
So, I actually, well, probably at least half my shows I usually end with Fat Bottom Girls. So I want to say that, but simply because everybody else is, I have to say We Will Rock You. That friggin' intro, like the way it comes in, like that's a hype song if you ever made one.
It is. It's a great way to get the audience to participate. You're so right. Alyssa, what are you thinking?
Okay. Every song I would have picked has already been listed. So I'm going to go with all of them.
That's cheating.
That's how you can't go wrong.
It's rough going last.
Yeah.
Well, Nick didn't go yet. Did you go, Nick?
I'm going to go after I asked Jimmy.
Okay.
Cool. I got the curveball here. I wonder if everyone's going to even know this song, but it's off the Highlander soundtrack, and it's called Who Wants to Live Forever.
Oh, okay.
Has anyone ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever seen Highlander?
No, I've heard of it, but I've heard the
There can
song.
be only one.
There can
Yes.
be only one. Dude.
Who said
You're showing
that?
your age, Jimmy. You're showing your age.
Hey, Connor, it's a good one. But anyway, Queen did the soundtrack to that movie, and it was really cool. So that whole movie's great if you like Queen. All right, I'm out of here. Nick, let's hear you, baby.
Yeah, and they did another. I think they did music for Flash Gordon as well. But aside from that, I want to say Under Pressure because it has David Bowie. Like, you can't go wrong with David Bowie and Freddie Mercury together. So I'm going to say I was actually thinking Bohemian Rhapsody, but when I remembered that song, it was done.
I'm so sorry. This
Good
might be
answer.
To the worst song ever and it's called Dancing in the Streets with David Bowie and Mick Jagger. I just hate that. Have you guys ever seen that video with no sound?
No.
No.
There's one where they're just like, when they jump off, they're like, "Ugh," and they land. Just them making noise, like doing the dances, like, you know, if they grunt when they do it. Oh, it's hilarious. You gotta look it up. I would play it, but we'll probably get in trouble. But okay. Sorry, Nick. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just laughing. I thought that video is hilarious. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out because it makes them look ridiculous.
Worst dancing, worst outfits. And does anyone like that song, Dancing in the Streets? I mean, Van Halen did it a little bit better, but does anyone, like, show of hands, like, anyone like that? I don't like that. JC, you do!
It was catchy. Leave me alone.
Yo, no, but that's perfect. That actually leads me into the next question because 16 years ago today, Nickelback released Photograph, and people always crap all over Nickelback, and apparently over this song as well. So, and I like Nickelback too, and that's the reason why I'm asking this question. What's another band or song that you like that other people just kind of hate on all the time? And to make things easier, this time we'll start with Alyssa and we'll work back around the opposite way.
Don't start with me. All the pressure.
Alyssa hates Stereo Joe.
I'm kidding. Oh gosh. No, yeah, you gotta come back to me.
I was just gonna say we'll come back to you.
Yeah, that's fine. JC, do you want to you actually did kick us off. Do you have another one that you might have?
Well, so I'll say this. So I have always been a fan of Nickelback, and I've gotten shit for it forever. I don't know, like I just always have been. But I will say this: I usually go through like weird little phases where like I find some song that most people just don't like, and I have to listen to it 100,000 times because for some reason I'm stuck on it. And there's this one song that I have been listening to nonstop for almost 2 weeks, and I'm not proud of this at all. But it's I think it's by Wilson Phillips or Wilson. I'm trying to remember it, but it's Hold On for One More Day. It's originally from the movie Bridesmaids. It's not a good song, but yes, exactly. It's great. I've been blasting that song nonstop for weeks.
I love that song.
It's a good song.
That's Brian Wilson's daughter, by the way. Fun fact. Brian Wilson
interesting.
is best friends with Charles Manson. Just thought I should tell you that. I'm out of here with more fun facts coming up.
Steve, do you have a guilty pleasure song you want to let everybody know?
I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but a lot of my friends laugh at me when I tell them I like it. Savage Garden, Moon and Back, that song from the 90s. I don't know if you remember it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I blast that in my car all the time. My friends are just like, why are you listening to that? And I just love it.
No shame in that. There's definitely some good songwriting from Savage Garden, so I respect that answer. Connor, how about you?
Yeah, I don't necessarily love this song, but I think it's like so hated that the fact that I don't mind it kind of makes it a guilty pleasure is that Pina Colada song. I mean, I don't hate it when it comes on, but some people absolutely just loathe it for some reason, but everyone knows the words to it, so when it comes on, like at the bar, I see everyone singing it, but everyone hates it at the same time, it doesn't add up.
Connor, serious question. Do you like actual pina coladas?
Unfortunately, I do not. I'm not a fan of coconut, but I do love rum and a lot of other drinks, so for sure.
Yo, that brings me to the most important question of the night. If everyone had to get, like, one of these, like, mixed drinks, like a fancy one, like a margarita or, like, something like this, it's not like a tough one, like, like a straight tequila or something. What, or like a Hennessy or something good. What would your like Sex on the Beach? What has everyone got? Like one of those drinks that they drink? I do
a cocktail.
Yeah. I do cranberry vodka.
Well, like I said, I like rum, so I'm a Dark and Stormy fan.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
my new.
That's rum mixed with ginger beer and a little splash of lime for those who don't know. Delicious.
Nice.
Dave, he's talking your language?
I hang around with sailors. I race sailboats, so dark and stormies are like that's like mother's milk. But
Oh yeah.
but also I hang around with a bunch of people that listen to that stupid Margarita song all the time, and I hate that thing. And I've had to play it a million times, and I hate it. But you gotta do what you.
Oh, you had to play it? That's even worse. Yeah, you know what? That's an even better topic. Rem, go to your drinks, but at the end, I want to hear that song that you hate to play that you have to play. Like if someone like your band leader, like Jimmy, makes you play it, Nick.
I'm up. I don't know. I'm not really a big mixed drink person. I prefer to drink it straight. But I guess if I had to pick something, like if I was out somewhere, like at a restaurant, I probably would go with like a boring margarita of some sort, like strawberry or mango flavor, something like that.
All right.
And what was the other question? Sorry.
That's my girl.
Jimmy knows my style.
One song that you really hated to play that you had to play.
Oh God! In my old band, I had to play "Hell Is for Children" was that by Pat Benatar? I don't even remember who does it. I hated it every ounce of playing that song. A, it's like really depressing if you listen to it, and B, like it's just annoying. It annoyed every bone in my body, but I had to play it all the time.
Okay, fair enough. I totally can relate to that. Dylan, what is your cocktail of choice?
I don't really know about cocktails, to be honest, but I definitely sometimes I like a whiskey ginger. Ooh. If I'm just gonna get a mixed drink, yeah. I don't know about cocktails. I don't really know them.
That's what I'm drinking right now, buddy.
There you go. A Moscow Mule, that's like a
that's vodka and ginger beer.
Okay, I've
had Kentucky Mule though. No, are you referring to a Kentucky Mule? Because they make that with whiskey and whatever that other thing is, the ginger beer I just said.
Okay.
Bourbon and ginger beer.
There's all different mules, Dylan. Get your mules in order.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I was like, just whiskey ginger. Just make it simple, please. Yeah. And I've had to play. Honestly, actually, I would say because every time I re-practice it and get it back in my head, I'm like, this song again, "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi, and then we start playing it in the band. If I'm in like a cover band or whatever, and I'm like, wow. Even though it's like annoying to learn, I'm like, oh wow, wow, wow. You know that line, Dave? Yeah. I'm always like, this line goes forever. But then when you get into the chorus, it kind of rips. But that one, and then as far as bands, I've never been like big on the Grateful Dead. I don't really get it that much. But maybe I haven't done enough research. But I don't really know the band. I don't really get it. So yeah.
Maybe you didn't do enough acid.
Yeah, that could also be it. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. But yeah, that would be it for me.
I love it. And Dave, do you have one of those songs that you hate to play?
Oh, lots. No, summertime. Summertime.
Really?
I'm an old guy. Okay, kids, I'm an old guy. Okay, I could be every one of you. I could be your grandfather. Every one. Summertime. Yeah, it goes nowhere slow. I hate that stuff.
Yeah, it feels like it takes forever to get done, and
there's no bridge.
Is it boring to play? I know it, but I don't know how to play it.
Yeah, that Georgia. When a man loves a woman. Yeah.
When a man loves a woman.
Nailed it.
I've asked you before. Please don't do that.
and Connor and Steve, what about you two?
Oh, songs that we hate to play?
Yeah, they're like a cover that you have to, like the audience calls you out to do or something like that.
I mean, I just usually play solo myself, so I pick the whole set list myself, and if someone asks me to play something I don't know or I don't want to play, I'm just like, I don't know it, so I'm lucky that way, but yeah. Unfortunately, not a great answer, but that's what I got.
And Steve, anything with you?
Wagon Wheel. I didn't mind it in the beginning. We've played it so many times. It drives me crazy. I don't want to play it ever again.
I love that song.
Oh, that's funny. You know what I had to play a bunch lately is Tennessee Whiskey. And I just want to like shoot myself because it's just 2 chords the whole entire song. And I'm not playing it with any other instrument people, so I can't even do a lead or anything. I'm just literally like, I'll do a little lead, but it's like playing with like a singer that wants to sing. So I'm like, oh God.
What chords do you play?
I play a B minor and an A.
Oh, that's it. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I actually play that song too, but I mix that song with Bad Fish by Sublime, and I mix the two together. So
Nice.
I end up using the 3 chords instead of 2, which is still boring as all hell, but it's at least fun to combine the 2.
I like where you're going with that, and that's a good idea, actually.
It adds a little bit of something to the song that usually can be very boring.
I like it.
You
And
can also mesh it up with "I'd Rather Go Blind" by Etta James. Same 2 chords, A and B minor.
Let me write this down.
I'm
gonna make
we
this
need
song
to put all these ideas right now.
See what happens when you invited us to the band? We brought all these good ideas.
Yeah. You're gonna see that next Stereo Joe performance.
That's why we're
And
doing
I
these
have to-
segments.
I have to say this to Dylan, because Dylan brought it up about the Grateful Dead. So my band from up north, I've always come from a classic rock, top 40, a little bit of everything background, Southern rock, all that. My lead guitarist, who I started the band with, pretty much listened to nothing but Fish and the Grateful Dead. Like, that was literally, every time he was like, I have a new song to show you. I'm like, Fish wrote this, didn't they? He goes, yeah. I'm like, Jerry Garcia wrote this. Yeah. And we just played one song. I was up for 3 shows with them in Pennsylvania last weekend. And he we've never like really practiced. Everything we've always figured out has been live on stage and just kind of ran with it. And he pulls out this one song by Fish called like Captain Something. And it was the most boring, like mind-numbing song I have ever played. I'm not a big Fish fan. I'm not a big Grateful Dead fan. But like I pulled him aside afterwards. We've been in a band together for like almost 7 years. And I was like, listen, I've never asked you this ever in my life. Can we not ever play that song again? Or if we do, like maybe for like 3 measures and then not go back to it? Like it was the same line. It was the same line that gets sang over and over and over and over again. And I played 2 chords for 20 minutes and I hated it. So yeah, that when as soon as you said
5 minutes left of the song.
I know. It's just, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Nikolai, what do you got?
So, this actually also marks the anniversary of when Kiss played together for the first time since 1980 and they did their reunion. I'm interested to hear what bands you guys would have loved to have heard before they broke up or would like to hear now that they're back together doing a reunion for the first time. And does anybody want to kick us off with the answer to that one? Jimmy, you look like you might have an answer on that.
I do. You know me. I want to see Jimi Hendrix. There's only one person ever. And then I also want to bring back Chris Squire from Yes so I can watch them. And then I'm having a drawing a blank. The keyboardist from Pink Floyd. Not Rick Wakeman. That's Yes. Damn it. I want to see Pink Floyd. Original lineup minus Sid Barrett. So second lineup. There you go. True story. I'm done. Next. No. Pass.
I will say that I would, and I think he played a couple years back at the PP&L Center up in Pennsylvania. I would have loved to see Elton John. I just felt like that would have been absolutely awesome. I heard that for as old as he still is ridiculously energetic on stage. But I would have loved to seen him, and because my mom, well, actually, yeah, because I saw the Doobie Brothers years ago. They were great. But my mom is a huge Eagles fan, and I would have loved to see them.
Ooh, yeah, good call. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, those are both great choices. And after seeing back in the day, Elton John and Eminem do their collaboration for Stan. He was one that I always wanted to see, but those are huge shows to go to. Dave, do you have an artist or band that you would have loved to have seen?
Yeah, well, actually, I had the chance. I'm seeing Elton John next year, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I would love to see Rush. I would have loved to see Genesis early on, but I'm probably not going to get to see them this year on this tour. But that would be cool. I'd love to see Peter Gabriel. Definitely.
Those are good choices.
Now, Dave, were you a fan of Genesis after Peter left and Phil took over vocals?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just always a fan. Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really cool.
I have two. Are we allowed to have two?
Yeah.
No. Dave, I'm always breaking the rules, man. You know this.
I had three, so go ahead.
They're kind of opposites, but I would say definitely Simon and Garfunkel. I love Simon and Garfunkel. Everything about Simon and Garfunkel I love. And also the Talking Heads. I am so jealous that they don't perform together, and it breaks my heart. And Tina Weymouth, man, she's a beast on that bass. Especially when she's with the Tom Tom Club. I'm sure you all know what the Tom Tom Club is. A lot of rap guys actually sample their music. Now I can't think. It's escaping me. Their main hit song, but you would know it if you heard it in a second because it gets sampled all the time. And that was Tina Weymouth with her husband, who was also the drummer in Talking Heads. So really interesting, really cool stuff, and they're great. And if you ever get a chance, there's this great live performance called "Stop Making Sense." You can even get it on YouTube. And it's a full concert of theirs, and it is and I've seen a lot of concerts. It's the best concert I've ever seen, and you can it even captures it through the TV. You can feel the energy, and it's like a whole art performance too. It's really, really cool.
Oh, that's really awesome. I have to check that out.
It's really cool.
So I don't forget. But Dylan, how about you? Is there someone that you really would have loved to have seen?
Probably the Beatles. Yeah, I'd probably go with the Beatles, or just even if it was just actually I always think it would be really cool to just see John Lennon and Paul McCartney play solo in or duo in a living room, something like that.
Just invite him over for dinner.
Yeah, easy.
Yes.
So easy. That would probably be pretty high for me, and then I had another one I'm forgetting. There's so many.
If you remember, we can come back to you on the second one. Alyssa, who would you love to have seen?
I'm going to be a young emo here, and I'm going to go with My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Their tour, their reunion tour, is insanely hard to get tickets for, but I agree with you that they were amazing live. So that reunion would be great to see.
They're so good. I actually have Frank Iero was in the town over from me here in New Jersey, because that's where he was from. And I actually stood online and got his autograph. So I have that somewhere in my room here.
Nice. Oh, that's exciting, actually. Jaycie.
I was going to say, I can totally appreciate the whole emo side of things because I'm a huge early 2000s, late 90s emo kid at heart. And actually, today is the 9th, so 11 days from now, there's literally a music venue a block and a half from me. And me and my best friend, my two best friends, are going to an emo night there. So it's going to be nothing but that music, and I'm so goddamn excited for it. So as soon as you said it, it reminded me of what I'm doing in 2 weeks. I was like, yes, good memories, good memories.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. Those actually look like they're really entertaining, and you never know who's going to show up.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good excuse to relive the angsty youth and scream at the top of your lungs. So it's fun.
I mean, I'm still doing that, but
exactly.
I got the win right here. Oh, sorry, Steve, you go. No.
I'd say REM for me.
Oh.
Michael Stipe is my favorite songwriter, probably. Well, favorite songwriter in a band. So yeah, REM would be for me.
Well, who's your favorite songwriter not in the band?
Tori Amos.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, love Tori.
Very cool.
But that's why I play music, probably. So. Tori Amos.
Really?
Have you
That's
never
awesome.
seen her live?
Oh, I've seen her live probably 4 times.
Yeah, she's great, especially when she plays both pianos at once. I'm like, she's
It's wild.
fantastic.
Yeah, she's a genius.
She's fantastic.
That's really cool. Well, listen, my ultimate band is Boys to Men, baby. Oh.
We can't be friends anymore. I just ended our friendship.
I'm quitting your band now.
Is it Motown Philly back again? Sorry. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Boys to Men. Led Zeppelin, you're all wrong.
Connor, I just don't want to skip you. Did you give your answer in the beginning?
No, I don't think so. I mean, going off the boy band thing, it'd be fun to see like Backstreet Boys or 98 Degrees again. That what Jimmy was just saying just made me think of that. But I'd love to see Guns N' Roses all back together again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or the Gallagher brothers on stage, Oasis.
Hope they
That'd
start
be
beating
awesome.
each other up and throwing bottles at each other again.
Yeah, so it'd either be a great music or a great fight. So
Yeah, brawl going out.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, great choices. And even the boy band option, I think, would still be a lot of fun. It'd be nostalgic.
Yeah, right.
There'd be a lot of energy in the crowd. It'd be a good night.
Yeah, and
For sure.
Mateo said Axel's a dick, though, and that's actually really true. Stupid
I believe it. I believe it.
Stupid Axel. All right, now who's that band that you hate? If you want to shout one out. I mean, I know you might not want to because they could watch it one day and just ruin your life. They're like, oh, I'll tell you who I don't like. Let me think of
Stereo Joe.
Stereo.
They're the absolute worst band ever. I don't know how they even get gigs.
Dude, I literally have to put cotton in my ears every time I hear them. God. That new song they have out, Open Road on SoundCloud, that's going to be on Spotify in 918. Don't listen to it, folks. It's no good.
We were in your monitors, but we have another band playing and while we're going up.
Really, who's got the worst band? I'm trying to think of one. Who do I hate? I'm trying to look around here. Who do I have?
Don't let my lead guitarist know, but I really can't stand Fish.
Yeah, I never got into
Tag him in the
Fish.
stream.
Which one?
Huh?
Well, Alyssa, what'd you say?
Oh, me?
Alyssa, yeah, what'd you say?
Yeah, I was joking. I was like, tag them in the stream.
Oh.
Don't be shy.
More like drown them in the stream is more my
Yeah.
no. I just I creatively speaking, like I can appreciate them the same way I appreciate like Dad or something like the old Allman Brothers stuff. But as far as like my preference, no, it is something me and my lead guitarist Brian have butt heads on for years. I am not a Fish fan whatsoever.
Brian's wrong. If you ever saw the Office episode where Trey Anastasio is a jerk to Andy, yeah.
I mean, he's an incredibly like talented like composer and everything else. Like I have the utmost respect for him. I just don't care to listen to anything he fucking comes up with.
Nick is literally messaging him right now.
Yeah,
That's on Twitter. Got him.
Pulls him
That's
into
one.
the
Who
room
else
on
is
song.
next, guys? Steve, you're awfully quiet up there. Who do we hate? You don't have to say anybody.
Honestly, after the music Steve played, I have a
What
feeling
did
he
you
doesn't have
say,
a lot of
Dave?
hate
You
in
cutting
him.
out.
I can't really think of any like that. There's music I don't like or artists I don't like. Like I was never really a big fan of Creed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, an artist I don't like only because he's a good artist, but I heard a lot of bad things about Billy Joel.
Oh yeah.
So from what I heard about him, I don't like him very much. But that's pretty much it, probably.
Wait, can we go back to Dave's answer? Because I don't think we could hear him, but he was talking.
I wasn't sure I was supposed to be answering, so I'm answering. This is going to sound silly, but this is going to be a fatherly advice, all right, or grandfatherly advice. I don't hate anybody. I even like the bands I don't like. because I can learn something. Right?
And there's just unison head nods going on all the way across my screen.
Well, now we all feel stupid here, don't we?
Listening to, you know, I've never been a Kiss fan. I'm not a metal fan, you know, but I appreciate its space, you know, where it is in the history. I appreciate it. You know, and there's always, at the very least, I learn why I don't like it.
Yeah, but that's a great point, and there really is something to take away from everything. I went to, I found someone I don't like. I went and saw Bruce Springsteen once, and not that I don't like him, but I wasn't per se a fan. But when I went to the show, his stage game was something else. So, like you said, you know, I wasn't necessarily, I was born in the USA, but I don't brag about it. Jesus, no. No, I'm only kidding, but you know, come on, who liked that song? Really? Did anyone really like that song? Come at me. Find me on Facebook.
I did. I like Bruce Springsteen, though. I saw him live, though, and I found him to be really cocky, and that kind of turned me off to him a bit.
No, I like Max Weinberg. I like Clarence. I like.
Oh, rest in peace, Clarence.
I think once you have like a sixth beer, I think Born in the USA starts to get better.
Absolutely. Dave's like, that's debatable. That's after Dave's 10th beer, maybe he'll consider it.
Couple dark and stormy.
But you can't deny, you know, the place of that song in music history. You know, you can't deny the place of Bruce Springsteen in music history.
Which is, it's funny that became such an anthemic song because, like, if you, well, actually, it was funny. It was probably just about a year ago. I think I was listening to like NPR or something, and they played what was the unreleased version of that song before they went in and were like, okay, we want you to just scream it. We want you to make this a chant. Because the original song was very like depressed and downtrodden, and like the whole song was kind of like almost like painting a negative picture of the United States, which is hilarious because then they kind of revamped the vibe of the song and it became a friggin' national anthem.
Yeah, but they didn't change the lyrics. Well, actually, what you're saying is so true. It's not the most positive song. It just has a really positive beat to it. So people are like, yeah, Born in the USA, man. But if you really listen to it, it is totally like not something that they should be proud of.
I didn't know this. I just heard
read the lyrics. Read the lyrics.
Read the lyrics.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's actually he's got a Broadway show. I think it was on Netflix. It probably still is. That he's got an acoustic version of Born in the USA. It's probably a lot closer to the original iteration that he intended, like Jaycie was saying. But yeah, it's really not a America positive song at all.
No. By the way, Connor, I have to say this because you kind of made me laugh a little bit earlier. When Jimmy had mentioned like the guitars that you have behind you, and you were like, well, that one doesn't work, and that one was again like. So literally right behind me, where is it? So I have that one right there. The neck is warped. I don't play that anymore. The one that I have above my bed doesn't work anymore. Like the two that I have on the wall are retired. People are like, oh, can we play them? Like, I mean, you can go for it, but the ones that I play stay in the freaking case.
Sure. But I mean, even kind of crappy electric guitars are still kind of pieces of art if you just.
Oh, absolutely. They've definitely become the home decor.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Home is where the guitars hang on the wall.
Yeah. And collect dust.
You can find them in Applebee's all around the country.
Literally collecting dust.
Nice.
I know. I always see those instruments and I get so sad. I'm like, what was that instrument's life? Was it just manufactured to sit on the wall, or was it an actual like kid own it at one point and he just threw it in the dumpster? Like, what? How does it work? Are they from Oriental Trading Company? I don't know.
Oriental Trading. You get great cheap stuff at Oriental Trading, though.
I used to get all my games there. I love it. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I do want to say I'm sorry. One other thing. Normally, I don't think we've had a show where everybody came back So I love it, but I feel bad at the same time because normally there's like 6 people here or something. So I feel so bad. There's 9 of us. Of course, I have the biggest mouth, so I talk the most. And less time for all you people. So I'm going to shut up real quick. But Nick, do we have one more topic real quick? I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to take me and Remy out of here and let you guys finish up real quick. And then, guys, if you need to hop out real quick, please do. And then I'm going to come in at the end and say goodbye to all you. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
We do have one final topic for the night, and today also does mark the anniversary of when Eddie Brickell and the New Bohemians released their debut album. I'm curious to know what that one album is that you listen to over and over again or just really touched you at some point in your life, and is that favorite album you always go back to. And Steve, if you don't mind me kicking it off with you, we'll go with you for this one.
Sure. That's a tough question. I'd have to say probably Tori Amos' Scarlet's Walk album. That's the one I listen to the most.
Okay, nice. And how recent is that one? Is that more current or is that an older one?
Oh, that's probably 2006. 2006. So it's a little bit older.
Nice. I dig the mid 2000 era of music, so I'd totally like that answer. Connor, what are you thinking?
I think probably one of my favorite albums I listen to the most is Trouble by Ray LaMontagne. I love every track on that from beginning to end, and it's kind of what introduced me to like folk music and folk rock, kind of what started me out down that path. So yeah, and his song on there, Jolene, is one of my favorites. I cover that all the time for sure.
Oh, nice. Okay, until you said Jolene, I wasn't sure who they were, but now I'm totally on page with you. And I think that's a great album. I just don't know a whole lot of folk music, so thank you.
Sure.
I had tons of questions. You actually answered them all. Dave, I'm really curious to know what your album is.
A lot of people y'all have never heard of, because I'm old. I keep saying that. I'm old. But I can't live without Miles Davis' Kind of Blue and not live without that album. But, and the thing is, I listen to more songs over and over than I listen to albums. And one that just popped into my mind, and I listen to it all the time, it's The Trick Is to Keep Breathing by Garbage.
Oh, okay.
And I just listen to that over and over. I just love that song. I love her voice and the productions. It's a great song.
For people who may not be familiar with that band, what kind of genre would you say they're like?
I don't know. Alyssa, you take that. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know. It's very eclectic.
Oh, awesome. All right, that's interesting.
Garbage.
How about you, Dylan?
Probably gonna have to say too. Yeah, I'm gonna reach back into the emo card again, and probably "Is a Real Boy" by Say Anything is probably my most listened to record ever.
Nice.
And then also, this is like such an easy pick, but Fleetwood Mac "Rumors" is like there's no better record in my opinion, like front to back, really. So yeah.
That's right.
Do you agree with that, Jimmy?
Not at all. No, I love that album. I love it.
Trash.
Alyssa, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I think I talked about this the last show, but I am a very huge Taylor Swift fan. I get hated on that sometimes, but I have 2 of her sister albums right here that I listen to nonstop. So we have Folklore and Evermore.
Yeah, she came
and those 2 I
prepared for
listen
this
to
one.
a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, I did.
Which one do you like better of the 2?
I think Folklore is the one I go to the most.
Okay, nice. And no hating on Taylor Swift because we even cover Trouble, so I respect. Wait,
nice.
Is that Taylor Swift?
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay.
That's a good album too. I like that one.
Nice. Awesome. Great choices. And Jaycie, last but not least.
All right, so there's two that I've always listened to a lot, and one of them I haven't listened to in quite some time, but I just always loved the album. It was actually it was Kenny Chesney's "The Road and the Radio." I love the album. I used to listen to it nonstop, and I can still put it on now, listen to it front to back, and I love it. But hands down, my favorite album of all time, favorite band of all time, has my favorite song of all time is the band Streetlight Manifesto and their album Somewhere in the Between.
Yeah. Yes.
I am a die-hard Streetlight fan. I've seen them play more times than I can remember. I've seen them with a 73-piece orchestra in New York at Radio City Music Hall. But their album Somewhere in the Between and the song Somewhere in the Between is I can listen to that on repeat nonstop.
Respect. I respect that a lot. And then when Jimmy comes back, we'll get one from him. But in the meantime, I'm going to say it's a tie between Blink-182 self-titled that came out in like the early 2000s and possibly Futures by Jimmy Eat World, which also came out around that time. Those are just listened to nonstop growing up.
I love it. I love it. Dill, Fleetwood Mac gets my honorary mention. Rumors album, like you said, terrific. I would say I got a three-way tie for first. I got Let It Be by the Beatles. Love that whole album, beginning to end. Dave Matthews, Before These Crowded Streets. Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. Boom. Love all of them. Made love to each one of them, baby.
That's why they made the list.
I wanted to end it on a positive note, guys. Make love, not war. To myself, but it was great. It was sensual.
Oh my God.
Everyone.
I'm dropping out of the band. I'm dropping out.
Can we just kick him out and then we can be done with it?
Exactly.
We can do that too.
Exactly. Take it over my show. No, but really, did everyone get a chance to answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. All right, guys, this is the saddest part of the night. I don't want to go, but I feel like I gotta let you guys like go to bed and shit. So I thank you so much, everyone, for coming on the show. I hope everybody connects with everybody else here. I really do. Like, I hope I see like each other liking each other's posts. I have a feeling we're gonna. You guys were all awesome. Honestly, it's been a privilege and an honor to meet all of you and talk to all of you. So thank you so much. I'm gonna bring Remy, and I know she feels the same way. Guys, let's just do a little group hug. No,
This was great. Thank you all.
That was fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it. It was awesome. Really good to meet you all.
Nice to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, you too, Dave.
All right, I'm going to drop everybody out one by one. This is so sad. Oh, my God. I love you guys. Everyone, take care. Oh, my God. I'm so depressed. I don't want to see everyone goodbye. But, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How did you two get so big? Oh, my God. I love your faces.
I hate this view so much. It's like I hate it.
Really, I want to thank the two of you so much for getting this whole group of people together. Literally, this is so much fun. I hope they had like half as much fun as I did, honestly. Really, thank you everyone for coming on the show. We're gonna be back in 2 weeks, and we got all Pornhub stars coming on. Great, bro. We got Dirk Diggler. We got no, I don't even know. Jenna Jameson. I don't know. All right, but really, she's not coming on the show. But somebody else is. You're going to have to tune in. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We love you. Stereo Joe. Check us out. We got new music on